Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. You're back at the campsite with yours truly, Blood, Tears, Glory, also known as your Camp Master. I have a very special guest with me today, Blood, Tears, Amy. Okay, one of my daughters, okay? Okay, folks, this is WWE Summer Slam 2013 match predictions, folks. Yes, Blood, Tears, Glory, your Camp Master is a huge WWE fan. I've been watching WWE since I was a little Camp Master, and my family's in it too. They love it. They love WWE. So what we're going to do is we're only going to do predictions on the top 3 matches right now, okay? Now, the first match we're going to give some predictions on. What is that, Blood, Amy?
It will be the Alberto Del Rio match versus Christian.
Okay, now I think this is going to be a really, really good match. You have Christian, who has come back from several injuries. Captain Charisma is an awesome person. I think he's going to take this match from Alberto Del Rio. I also like how WWE has turned Alberto Del Rio back into a heel because he does a better job as a bad guy than a good guy. What do you think, Blood, Amy?
Yeah, I think Christian will get his one more match and will come back World Heavyweight Championship. And maybe Edge will come back as well to support his friend.
Yeah, that's true. Edge, if you guys know about Edge, had to retire from an injury a few years ago, and Edge and Christian were like awesome tag team champions. Okay, so I'm picking Christian, and you're picking Christian. Okay. Now, what's the second match that we're going to do some predictions on?
It will be CM Punk, Best in the World, versus Brock Lesnar, the Beast. The Best versus the Beast. The
Best versus the Beast. And I tell you what, I'm excited about this match, okay? But now, here's the thing. When we do predictions, you know, you kind of almost want to do them 2 ways. The first way is who do you personally want to win, okay? But behind the scenes, you got to think about this too. If you go to WrestleZone.com, you get kind of the inside scoop of how matches are going to go. Now, how I think the writers are going to write this match is, you got to look at some facts here. Brock Lesnar is probably one of the most brutal fighters in the world. He's been WWE champion, he's been UFC champion, and this guy right now, he's in the WWE. He doesn't care if he wins or loses. He's just there for the money, and he's clearly stated that. Okay, what do you think? What are your thoughts on Brock Lesnar in this match?
Brock Lesnar is no doubt a beast. He is the beast of beasts, and I don't know. I mean, I want CM Punk to win. You know, I'm wearing the CM Punk Best in the World shirt. But
right here, baby.
Brock Lesnar is huge.
Huge.
I mean, Triple H couldn't even beat him.
Nope. Unless he was written to beat him. You know what I mean?
No one can really beat Brock Lesnar. But CM Punk does have the charisma and the drive to beat.
He does.
In the Monday Night Raw, I think it was the previous Monday Night Raw, he did come back, and he did give Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman, and his newest Curtis Axel a beating for their lives. So I believe CM Punk can do it.
Okay. Well, here's my prediction on it. Okay, who do I want to win? This is a close one because I love CM Punk. He's my number 2 guy, my favorite wrestler of all time. Okay, the first one would be Triple H. I love CM Punk. I love, when he's a good guy, when he's a bad guy. I love it either way. I like Brock Lesnar. I followed Brock Lesnar when he was in the WWE, and the way they written Brock Lesnar back in the day with Paul Heyman, he was unstoppable. I remember him, I believe it was him and the Big Show. They were going up the top rope, doing some kind of slam, and the whole ring broke. I mean, that was awesome. But I'm going for CM Punk. The only reason why is because I think the writers are going to write CM Punk winning this match. But technically, if you had to make this a real match, take the wrestling entertainment out of it, there's no doubt that Brock Lesnar would just pulverize this guy. But I really believe the writers are going to hear out the fans and have CM Punk win this match.
I believe too. And plus, CM Punk has been taking MMA fighting lessons.
Yes, that's going to be in a good part of this.
He does have a competition against, Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
Brock Lesnar does have a run for his money.
Yes, and one of the things too in the mixed martial arts, we do the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu all the time. The little guy can overtake the big guy in technique in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So we might see CM Punk doing a lot of his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu moves in this match. Okay, the big match. What is the main event of this?
John Cena versus Daniel Bryan with Triple H as a guest referee.
Okay. This match I'm looking forward to. Okay, now, some are John Cena fans, some are not John Cena fans. I personally am not a John Cena fan.
Neither am I.
I respect John Cena behind the scenes. He's a real charitable guy. He kind of helps out the up and coming wrestlers, behind the scenes. But I just don't like his character. I don't like his character whatsoever. The guy cannot wrestle. He is big. He's got muscles all over the place, which are natural. He's not roided or anything. He cannot wrestle. The WWE has made this guy a larger than life wrestler. That's why he is so popular. Just like Hulk Hogan, back in the days of Hulk Hogan, he was larger than life. He had this persona of larger than life than anybody else. He could not wrestle. He still can't wrestle. Okay, but larger than life kind of outweighs the wrestling, I suppose. Now, what is your thoughts on John Cena?
I personally do not like John Cena. He's just, I don't like how the WWE has portrayed him as, this face that everyone has to live up to John Cena. Mm-hmm. When I was watching Monday Night Raw, the previous one, him and Daniel Bryan were talking in the ring, and Daniel Bryan was getting real frustrated because he doesn't think that John Cena respects him. And I don't think John Cena really respects him too. He was naming off that all the people he beat, CM Punk, Brock Lesnar, right. Triple H, Shawn Michaels.
Ego.
And Daniel Bryan asked him, well, why aren't you including me in that great list? It's like, and John Cena's like, you haven't earned it. You haven't become WWE champion. And it's like, do you really need to have the belt to earn the respect of the fans?
There you
go. You have to have the belt to be a great wrestler. Daniel Bryan can wrestle. He has the energy. He has the charisma. He has the drill to fight. And Daniel Bryan also made another good point, is that John Cena is an entertainer.
Absolutely.
He is an entertainer. I believe he likes to wrestle. He enjoys it. He does it to please the fans, though. Daniel Bryan loves to wrestle. If you saw John Cena get fired tomorrow, he would live a multi-million-dollar lifestyle. You wouldn't see him wrestle. If Daniel Bryan was fired, he would be in the next broken down wrestling
gymnasium wrestling,
yeah,
like old school
with 30 people, and he loves to wrestle.
Right.
And I love his chants. Yes, no.
Yes.
He is championship material. I don't care what the Raw general manager says or anything. He is championship material.
And you know what? That's a very good point. Blood Tears Amy. Daniel Bryan has the charisma of a real wrestler. John Cena is an entertainer. I guarantee you, if the writers will probably write John Cena to win. I want Daniel Bryan to win because you got the underdog, the top of the underdogs going against the golden boy, John Cena. And I don't mean, any disrespect to John Cena. You got Daniel Bryan that can out-wrestle just about anybody now. He's been in the business over 10 years. He was in the NXT, up-and-coming wrestlers. He got fired once, brought back. This guy is a machine. He kind of reminds me of the one of the Four Horsemen, Double A Anderson, the Enforcer. He kind of has that kind of mentality. He's a better wrestler than Double A Anderson, but he has that Enforcer, attitude and some of his abilities. Daniel Bryan will out-wrestle John Cena. It will be a close-to-close match. What's going to happen? Here's my prediction, and it's going to be horrible. Daniel Bryan will make John Cena tap out. Then all of a sudden, the yes, the crowd is going to blow the roof off. All of a sudden, Randy Orton,
I hear voices in my
there you go. The Viper is going to come out from the sky, RKO Daniel Bryan and new champion Randy Orton.
Yep.
And the only reason why I say it is if you read the WrestleZone.com, John Cena's taking some time off of this match because he's got a elbow situation where he's got to get surgery. So that's okay because John Cena don't care. He'll come back in a couple months and win the belt again and everything. But prediction-wise, that's my prediction. What's your thoughts on the prediction? Who's going to win the match?
I think Daniel Bryan will make John Cena tap out. He'll get into the yes lock. All the fans will be like, you tapped out, yes, yes, yes. And then the Viper will come and strike. And, he will be WWE champion.
There you go.
But one thing we have to go back with the first match we talked about with Alberto versus Christian is that Damien Sandow also has the briefcase. Do you think he will cash in?
Oh, that's a good point.
He will probably become champion. Do you think Damien Sandow will cash in his title?
You know what? I don't think he's going to right now because I think he still needs a little bit more time developing his character away from Cody Rhodes because he and Cody Rhodes were tag team partners. I think Sandow needs a little bit more time to develop his character a little bit, and maybe down the road in a couple pay-per-views he'll be ready to do that. But you know what, folks? This has been great. We're going to continue to do this every month on a pay-per-view series from the WWE. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you like my guest right here, Blood Tears Amy, okay? And I'll see you at the next video. And remember, I'm low tech and high budget. Camp that corner hard, baby. Good job, good job.